What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Paris and I make videos all about candle making and the starting and managing of my small candle business, LadyCIMONNE Candle Co. We are still in our legal series of my 3-part Candle Biz series, and today we are talking about legal requirements that your state may have for you to start a business. So if you just started a business or you're thinking about starting a business, every state has their own requirements for you to legally operate and sell products. So today we are going to kind of dive in and I'm going to give you an overview of what your state may require of you. So let's just get started. Today I have some notes with me, so we are going to just hop right in. As I just stated, every state kind of has their own set of rules and regulations when it comes to starting a business and what they require of you to operate and sell products in that state. That's from licenses, permits, tax registrations, and things like that. So we are going to kind of dive in and I'm going to give you a little overview on what your state may require, just to give you some things to think about as you start your business journey or continue your business journey this year. Let's start with business license from a products perspective, since we're all candle makers here, and that's what we sell is physical products. So generally defined, just to kind of throw it out there at you for you to think about, a business license is a formal approval from a government agency for you to legally operate your business in that jurisdiction, in a particular jurisdiction. Now, although many states require a general business license, the most common and what most states require is for you to get a business license issued from your actual city. Now, when it comes to business licenses, the words can kind of be transposed depending on where you're from and where you're going to occupy your business at. So it can be either a sales tax permit, it could be, a business license, it could mean tax registration, it can be an occupancy permit. It can be named different things, or it could be multiple things that are required of you. So every state has their own set of requirements, but I am going to give you the most common list of business licenses and permits that your state may require, so that way you can go back and check it out. Number 1, occupancy permit, which is pretty much zoning approval. Sales tax permit is a license for you to basically sell your products. Number 3, a resale certificate, which pretty much allows you to not have to pay sales tax on inventory purchases. Number 4, EIN number, which is an employer identification number, which is, when you start a business, either an LLC or a sole proprietorship, you pretty much register your business to have like its own social security number. Name registration, number 5, which pretty much if you're like a sole proprietor, but you're doing business not as your legal name, you're doing business as a different name, sometimes your state will require you to file like a DBA, which is doing business as, or a fictitious name. Sometimes they will have you required to do that if you're not operating your business as your actual legal name. Number 6, which, as a new businesses, you really don't have to worry about it, but just throwing it out there for the future, payroll tax registration. So if you plan on starting a business, and you already maybe want a couple family members to help you and you're actually hiring them as employees, you will have to register for that before hiring. And then, of course, number 7, which most of us don't have to worry about that either, is workers' comp, which goes along with that employee hiring. Now let's talk about tax registration. So if you're in retail, which is pretty much what we are as candle makers and sellers, you're selling your candles at a retail price, you're typically going to have to, or your state is going to require you to register for a seller's permit, a sales tax permit, register for your sales taxes. It's kind of called different ways depending on your state. And this pretty much requires you and allows you to charge sales tax in the state where you're selling your product. So for Ohio, I am required to have a seller's permit. Here it's called a vendor's license. And so I collect sales taxes for Ohio, and I have that set up in the back end of my Shopify store. And so when customers that are from Ohio purchase a candle or candles or wax melts, I am required to collect sales tax on that. And then on the 23rd of every month, I am required to pay Ohio all the sales tax that I've collected for that prior month. And that is every single month. And so this may be what your state will require of you as well. Now, if you are a business where we're all candle sellers and makers, right? But there may be a service that you want to offer someone. Like, for example, I am now offering one-on-one services. I'm selling a course and all of that stuff. I'm selling my time. And so you would want to keep like your physical product sales separate from service sales, because typically services are not taxed. So that was actually something new that I learned over the last several months. And I wanted to throw that out there because you never know how you want to structure your candle business. You never know who may want to talk to you. You never know who may want to reach out to you. You don't know where your business is going to take you. And I'm speaking great things for you all. And so my business has kind of launched me into a different world. And so now I am understanding, how to keep my services and my sales separate. So I just wanted to throw that out there just to have in the back of your head for, as your business continues to grow. But that is typically what your state will require of you. But again, every state is different. Every state is governed different and it's set up different. So they have different laws and requirements and things that you need in order to legally operate your business to avoid those audits, guys. Now let's talk about business entity filings. Now, if you're starting a candle business this year and you're thinking about doing it as a corporation, which you're probably not, or an LLC like myself, a single member LLC, your state will most likely require you to file to be or form your business as such. So again, I'm from Ohio and I decided to form a single member LLC. Not only for the tax benefits, but I also wanted to keep the personal side of my life protected. And so I decided to form an LLC. And so you can file that through your Secretary of State. You can either do it yourself on your state's website. They generally have a form or some type of business gateway that you can go through to get that done. You'll pay your fee, bada boom, you're good. You'll get all your operating agreements, your registered agent, all of that stuff sent to you. Now, or you can go through sites like LegalZoom or Zen Business, which is what I actually did to file my LLC. I chose Zen Business, and the package that I chose not only filed it for me, I paid them a fee, but I got my registered agent, all of that jazz. I got my certificate, everything, all in my little portal. But the package that I chose also allowed them to be able to keep it filed and keep it in compliance every single year. So I just pay a yearly fee. I do not have to worry about when do I need to file. Oh, I need to take time to actually file, make sure I have the money to do it. It just automatically notifies me, lets me know my renewal date is coming up, and they automatically take care of it for me. So if you're thinking about forming as an LLC like myself, that is something that you're going to have to think about as well. Now, if you're thinking about just keeping it cool and just doing a sole proprietorship and just keeping it right where you're at, typically your state will not require you to file any type of paperwork or anything like that, because anyone who starts a business, usually you already default to a sole proprietorship. And then when you file your taxes, you fill out a Schedule C, attach it to your 1040. Your accountant or your tax preparer will take you through that whole process. So typically you're not required to file. So when you're forming an LLC, there's more paperwork involved. It's money involved and stuff like that. But a sole proprietorship is not. Your state typically won't require you to. Now let's talk about filing your fictitious business name, or they call FBN or DBA, doing business as. Now, this is required if you plan on being a sole proprietorship and you're not doing business as your legal name. So for example, I'm a sole proprietorship. That's how I want to start off my business, but I'm not my candle company is not called Paris Candle Co. It's not called Paris Northcut Candle Co. So if you want to start as a sole proprietorship, but you want your candle name to be a different name, typically your state will require you to file a FBN or a DBA with your state. Typically, though, more so with your county clerk, and you will get put on the FBN or the DBA list. So that way you can operate under a different name other than your own legal name. I hope that makes sense, and I hope I explained that right. But for example, I'm an LLC and I chose Lady Simone Candle Co. So I didn't have to worry about letting them know that that's not my legal name. I just formed an LLC, and that's what I wanted my LLC to be called, Lady Simone Candle Co. But if you're a sole proprietorship, and that's what you're going to default to that when you start a business. But if you choose to stay as such, you will most likely be required by your state and your county clerk to file an FBN or a DBA, fictitious business name, or doing business as, and you will get put on that list. So that way you can legally operate under a different name other than your legal name. So that is the end of this video. I just wanted to kind of give you an overview of some of the legal requirements that your state may require of you and your city or your county, depending on where you're from. There's levels to this, guy. So this is going to require you to definitely do some research if you're thinking about starting your business and all of that jazz. So I wanted to make these videos because I get a lot of questions about that side of the business, because it can really get confusing and every state is different. So what may happen in Ohio may not happen in California or Texas. Is all going to be set up differently depending on where you're from. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you were able to get something out of it. Remember, guys, I just launched a course and it is still open for enrollment. Enrollment due close February 26th. So make sure you head over to my site. The link is in the description box. If you're following me, if you're not following me on Instagram, my new Instagram account, LadyC's _digital_HQ. It's LadyC's digital headquarters. That is where all my online content and all of my freebies and everything, all of that is shifted through that site now. I got that in the description box as well. So please make sure you're following me so you can stay in tune with all the how-tos and learning. And it's kind of the candle makers digital hub space that I created for you all, my Lady C fam, so we can stay connected, stay learning together, take our journeys together. That's the whole purpose of my videos and my channel, to connect with you all, candle maker to candle maker. So if you're not following me there, I also have it as a Facebook page as well, if you want to go like that and follow me there as well. But don't forget about my course. Again, you can click the link in my description box. It will take you right to the page. You can read up on it. Stay tuned for my live schedule. If you're following me on social media, I post my live schedule every week. And also, if you're not on my email list, please sign up for my email list. When you go to the digital headquarters page with the link, it'll automatically, you can subscribe to my email list, and I send emails every week. I'm letting you know when new freebies drop in the headquarters, and you get to stay updated on all things going on with the candle maker here. And so, yes, again, thank you so much, guys, for all the love and support. I hope I get to meet you all very soon before the cart closes with the course. We'll be together 8 weeks. I'm super excited to help you all learn and get to the point and learn all these phases to get to the point to your launch. That is my goal. This channel is devoted for all my beginner candle makers, all my aspiring business owners. And so I am putting out content and developing content in this course to help you all get to the point where you can actually open up your shop and open up your Shopify store or whatever and get your candles out to the world. So I'm super excited and I cannot wait to talk to you guys. So until next time, bye.